So what's going on, guys? OGR, and yes, I'm going to be doing the Titans and Ravens game, because why the hell not? What's going on, Sugar Tots? Good to see you in the chat. Anyways, this game should be interesting. This is actually probably my game of the wild card weekend for me. This is probably the game I'm looking forward most to be totally honest with you. Ravens are coming in here rocking and rolling. Titans have been up and down, but it is what it is. And again, I'm really looking forward to this game. Should be interesting. King Sean, what's going on, my man? He says, OGR, today I'm a Saints and Browns fan and a Titans fan. Wow. that's a lot of teams to root for, but okay. I am a Titans fan only because a good friend of mine loves the Titans. So I guess tighten up today. But, I'm not going to fret if the Ravens pull this off. Not at all. Mike Vrabel, 2-1 in 3 career postseason games. So, good record for him to start off as a coach of Tennessee Titans. Curious to see about John Harbaugh. John Harbaugh, 7 road playoff wins. Tied for first all time in the NFL. So, John Harbaugh, playoff warrior coach there, especially on the road. To me, actually, the best game yesterday was actually Washington and the Bucs, to be honest with you. I know a lot of people will say Colts and Bills, but I disagree. So I actually going to pick the game here. So we got Randy, Rex, Teddy, Matt, and Sam all on the ESPN here. We're going to get to see what they're going to pick here in a second. This game is supposed to start 1:05, so I saw about 15 minutes early. Do appreciate everybody showing up so far. Please do bang that thumbs up. It really does help the channel out. Well, you know what? Browns, I could care less. I root against the Browns because I don't like the culture there. I prefer the Steelers, so I'm rooting for the Steelers in that one. As far as the Saints, only reason I say Saints is because I want to see Drew Brees win another one, if anything. Edward Chan, what's going on, my man? Evan Ingram catching coach. What's going on? Appreciate that, guys. Yeah. My audio is kind of weird. Let me go check it. Which I'm going to get some reverberation, but I will do that in a second. Let's see. Let's check the audio. Throw that in there. All right. There. Yo. All right. There. Yo. I think I know. All right. There. Yo. All right. It's better? I think I know what's happening. I think it actually switched to my... Yeah, that's what happened. All right, let me know how the volume is now, guys, because it accidentally switched to my headphones. That's why it was weird. Let me know how it is now, guys, because it should be on my camera mic and not my headphones. Now it's better? All right, appreciate that, guys. Thank you for letting me know. But so far, the slim favorites, believe it or not, between Teddy, Matt, and Sam are all the Titans. Randy and Rex both picked Baltimore, so it's a 3-2 split. Okay, thank you, guys. Appreciate that. Again, guys, spike that like. Does appreciate it. This should be an awesome game. This is my game of the weekend. I think the Rams and Seahawks were the worst game yesterday. That was the worst 30-20 game I've ever seen in my life. Washington played, I think they played Tampa a lot closer than the score would suggest.
But Tampa was just able to move the ball at will and run the ball at will. Basically do anything they wanted at will. But who do you guys have in this one? Who are you guys choosing? Tennessee and or Baltimore? Very curious. Again, guys, if you see any audio issues or hear any audio issues, please let me know in chat. But so far, it seems so good. And let me know if you can hear the TV in the background at all, either. I don't think you can, but I didn't get to really listen to it. So, King Sean, obviously you want the Titans. I can imagine. Edward, if you're still here, I'm wondering who you are going to be rooting for. Wild card, Ravens and Titans. I can't wait for this game. This is my pick of the weekend. I keep repeating it, but it really is. This is the game I'm excited for. Mostly because I love running the football, and these are two of the best running teams in the NFL. Love Derrick Henry, and it's always fun to watch that pre-snap motion between for Baltimore and how that gets them. I mean, I expect this to be a high-scoring game. Even though both teams run the ball, my prediction, probably 34-28 Titans. Something crazy like that. Ever chances I never liked the Ravens. Okay. So I guess we're all Titan fans here. They got Louis Riddick, Brian Greasy calling this game. And for people who are wanting to catch the game, game's on ESPN. So, yeah. Obviously, Lamar Jackson's been on a little bit of a roll. He's 0-2 in the playoffs, though. 51% completion percentage, 3-3, and sacked 5 times in those games. But during the regular season, he's the regular season champ. 30-7, 64% completion percentage, 68 TDs to 18 pickles. Well, it depends where you are in the country, King Sean. I live in the Northeast. For me, it's on ESPN, but I guess it could be on CBS. You have it 34-24 Ravens. Okay, I can see it. But Lamar Jackson has been on a roll in the last 5 games, obviously beating the Giants in one of those last 5 games. 11 passing touchdowns to 4 rushing. And obviously he led the league as far as rushing as a quarterback with 1,007 yards. Apparently Calais Campbell was barking at the Titans locker room. Is that really any surprise when it comes to Calais Campbell? That's all that dude does is talk. S-H-I-T. Yeah, the Ravens are good. That's why it's a close game. Like, Titans defense is not very good. I mean, I could see the Ravens putting up a ton of points on the Titans. The Titans are not a very good defense at all. You've got the Ravens winning 31-28. So you have the Ravens winning 31-28, but you're rooting for the Titans. Okay. Six-time Pro Bowler Calais Campbell. I think the Ravens have the better defense in this game, to be totally honest with you as well. Again, guys, if I don't answer your question right away or I don't get to what you're saying in the chat, it's not because I'm ignoring you. There's about a 10-second delay between YouTube and StreamYard, and then there's another obviously 10-second delay from when I'm speaking to you actually get it on YouTube. So about 20-second delay before I can get your chats. I'm rooting for the Titans as well. How can you not like Derrick Henry? And you got Jonnu Smith. I actually like the Titans roster on offense. They used to have a better defense last year, but obviously they lost a couple guys. No biggie. Ryan Tannehill, 33 passing TDs this season. Did not know that. Career high for him. Obviously, being drafted out of Texas A&M. With the Miami Dolphins, eventually transferred over to the Tennessee Titans. Wow, that's a bold prediction. Corey Davis, 230 yards, 3 TDs, book it. I put that more on A.J. Brown than Corey Davis, even though I like Corey Davis. I liked him coming out of college, but I don't think he's lived up to the hype that he had or potential hype, but he's been a solid wide receiver in the NFL, that's for sure. Yeah, that's very true. King Sean, I do notice that. When I'm doing the game with the hub, he's got about a between 10 and 20 second delay, and we often have to slow down, which in a way is kind of annoying, but Hub's still a good guy. Just got to figure out how to get himself smoked. Frankie G, what's up? Appreciate you stopping in. By the way, guys, go ahead and spike that like if you haven't already. Do appreciate it. Really does help the channel out. Kind of off the cuff live for me. I was not planning on streaming at all today, but I said, you know what? I'm going to watch the Titans. I'm going to watch the Ravens anyways. So why not enjoy it with you guys? Cowboy X Factor, welcome in. I'm bad with names, but is it Shivam Disani? What's going on? I apologize if I pronounce that wrong. I am not good with names. Hey, OGR. Hopefully Lamar Jackson gets his first playoff win. I have mixed emotions because I'm rooting for the Titans. But, yeah, you know, you are right. Lamar Jackson does need to get that monkey off his back to really take that next step as a QB. And, you know, you can be a great regular season QB, but if you don't take that next step in the playoffs, how can you be considered elite? Not to say he doesn't have elite skill. He does. Obviously, one of the most athletic quarterbacks we have in this league. Wow. I pronounced it perfectly. That's actually, Siobhan, that, to be totally honest with you, that's actually kind of shocking. I'm terrible. Who do I think's going to win? Right now, if I'm going off of the way the teams are coming into the game, I would have to pick the Ravens over the Titans. But what team am I rooting for? Titans. Yes, Frankie G. The Titans defense is definitely not good. They're middle of the road at best, and giving up like ridiculous amount of yardage to the Texans of the last game of the season did not look good, especially when you're going into a team who is on a roll like the Ravens, putting up big numbers again. To reiterate, Lamar Jackson, 11 touchdowns rushing, 11 touchdowns passing, 4 touchdowns rushing in the last couple games. I love the playoffs, even if my team isn't in the playoffs. I love playoffs. I mean, who doesn't love playoff football? You know, you just see the next level. So I don't blame you. I love playoff football as well. And it's fun to just sit back, relax, and watch good football and, you know, not have the emotion of rooting on your team, because obviously it affects me very little on who wins this game. Like, I'm not going to be upset if the Ravens win, and I'm not going to be overly exuberant if the Titans win. Do you think the NFL should do the playoffs like the NBA and the NHL does? Are you saying – so how do you mean? Do you mean like there should be multiple games to determine a winner, or do you think how they should rank their teams in the individual conference? Because I do believe it should be the best 7 teams. Obviously, when you have division winners, you're not necessarily getting the best 7 teams. You look at somebody like Washington. They weren't one of the best 7 teams. Somebody like Arizona deserves to get in over Washington, but because Washington is the division winner. So I do believe in ranking the teams 1 through 7 and giving the best 7. And if that means a conference like the NFC East misses out on the playoffs that year, well, guess what? They deserve it. So, yeah. Joe Yatto, what's going on? Welcome in. King Sean, I don't believe in multiple games, no. That wouldn't work. To me, the one and done is fine. Honestly, Evan Ingram, I think, to me personally, that'd be just too much football. And you know, playing the same team over and over again. I mean, the NFL would last all the way to the springtime if you're doing the best of 7 series. Maybe, if anything, you could do the best of 3 series, I guess. Nah. So what did Joe Yaddo say? He says, if Henry can't get 100 yards more, Titans are going to be in trouble. I see the Ravens stacking the box and making Tannehill throw. Oh, absolutely. That's been the recipe for success Titans all year. Problem is you got to stop Derrick Henry, and even when you load the box, you still can't stop him because once he breaks that first line, you get him one-on-one with a linebacker or one-on-one with a corner or safety. That is not a matchup you want to be doing, handling all day. You need to hit Derrick Henry at or behind the line of scrimmage. If you do not, it's going to be a long day. Gabriel Alvarez, welcome in, my favorite Bengals fan. Appreciate you joining me this afternoon. So, Gabriel, who do you think? Ravens or Titans? Give me your pick. Yeah, I agree, Joel. Yes, I think Ligma did. That is definitely a Ligma move, King Sean. Which Ligma does that a lot, but I enjoy it. Ligma is one of my favorite trolls on YouTube. He really is. And every once in a while, he'll trick me into reading one of his comments. But I do appreciate Ligma stopping it. Again, guys, spike that like if you haven't already. As a handicapper, bro, you have to bet who you like. Okay, Clocks. I feel you on that. I got Titans, Ravens. Lamar always chokes. Tennessee 27, Baltimore 21. Final. Okay. Well, obviously, there's a little animosity there, Gabriel. Obviously, you don't want the Ravens advancing. Obviously, you being a Cincinnati Bengals fan. So, again, you do make a good point. I'm not going to say you don't because Lamar is 0-2 in the playoffs. But, again, I've reiterated in the stream before, to get the monkey off his back, he's going to need to win a playoff game to really take the next step for me. If he comes out here and plays well today and they handle the Titans, kudos to Lamar Jackson. I'm just going to have to watch this game on my mom's iPad. Okay. It's ahead. Okay. That actually happened earlier in the year. We were doing Giants in Philadelphia first. I believe it was I think it was on my channel with Kid Blue in the Hub. And for the first time ever, the Hub was ahead of us by like a good margin. He was like legit reacting to the game while we were calling it. It was tough. But I don't want the Steelers to win because Big Ben deserves another one. Oh, you do want. Sorry, read that wrong. I do want the Steelers to win. Okay. And that's my mom's team. Okay. Honestly, the Steelers, I mean, they have the potential to turn around, but obviously last 5 or 6 games, they've been probably one of the worst teams in the NFL. I mean, they've really dropped off form. OGR, do you think the Colts stick with Rivers or go with Stafford, Bridgewater, or someone else? Cox, that is definitely a tough question. And I don't think they stick with Rivers because I think Rivers, to me, might be gone now. I don't know if he's announced that he's going to stay, but the way he was balling up in that press conference, it doesn't seem like there's somebody who's coming back. Obviously, he loves the National Football League. Very passionate player. Always has been, always will be. But for me, I'm going to say that it depends what the Lions do. If the Lions feel they need to move off Stafford and build brand new with a new quarterback, then this is this could be your draft to do it. They're in a position to do it. That's a tough call. But if anybody on that roster, I would say Stafford. I think going from Phil Rivers to Bridgewater is probably a little bit of a downgrade, to be totally honest with you, despite Phillips Rivers' age. So I'd go Stafford. I sat Colts straight for honestly, Darnold, that's actually a good boy, Joel. I actually like that one a lot. Because I still think Darnold has potential, and I think a lot of it is the way the Jets have built their team. Darnold to the Colts, that's a good one. That's definitely a good one. This game, yes, is on ESPN. Joseph Balby, what's going on? Appreciate you stopping by. Again, guys, spike that like you haven't already. King Charles said, I thought it was on CBS. Yes, ABC. It's also on ABC, correct. Main telecast on ESPN and ABC, guys, if you're looking to catch the game and follow along. Obviously, both companies owned by Disney. So, looks like we're getting Megacast Filmcast with it. So, Justin Tucker getting ready to kick off here. And I'm going to switch off from ESPN and go to ABC here in a second. ABC. Ryan Tannehill, 40 total touchdowns, franchise record. Divisional against the Ravens, 88 passing yards, 2 passing TDs, 1 rushing TDs. Obviously, that was last year in the 2019 divisional game. That was a hell of a game because nobody expected the Titans to make that run, and they did, which was awesome. So, after that touchback, Titans will take over at the 25. I formation, Derrick Henry in the backfield. Judah Smith going from right to left in motion. They fake the handoff to Derrick Henry. Tannehill's going to tuck and run, and he's going to be good for about 4. It's going to be 2nd and 6 here, guys. They're going to be at the Titans 24. Yeah, I'm going to be ahead, my man. I apologize. Not much I can do about that. Offensive line, David Queensberry, Roger Saffold. I forgot about Roger Saffold. I actually liked him coming out of college. But Ryan Tannehill under center. Derrick Henry in the backfield. 2nd and 6 here from the 24. Handoff to Derrick Henry off the left side. He's searching for room. He's going to gain about 2. It's going to be 3rd and 4. All right, good. I'm glad. Oh, I appreciate that, Joel. I appreciate that. I'm behind him. It gets kind of frustrating. Like, I love Hub to death, but when he's so far behind and I'm watching the game, I'm not going to sync up my TV just to stay with Hub. But I do appreciate him. He's a good dude, obviously. So, Tannehill from shotgun. Derrick Henry to his left. 3rd and 4. Baltimore brought pressure, and they throw up top to A.J. Brown. Good coverage by Humphrey. And that obviously caused Tannehill to get the ball off pretty quickly there. It's going to be 4th and 4. Titans are going to go 3 and out, and they're going to punt to the Ravens. King John says, never mind. So, Brett Kern here getting ready to punt for the Titans. Kicking off to Devin Duvernay, the speedster. Kern with the punt. High punt. And that's going to be fair caught by Devin Duvernay at the 16 or 17. 16. So that's where the Titans are going to start their drive at their own 16. So, during the divisional round last year, Lamar Jackson had 508 total yards and 3 turnovers. And he said, I need to win a playoff game before anything because I'm tired of that already. That's good to hear, King Sean. Thank you for streaming OGR. If you didn't, looking up Google on the scores. Okay, I appreciate that. So, J.K. Dobbins, handoff to the right here. He's looking for room searching, and he's going to gain about 3 or 4 on the play. Just Waiting for it to update here on down and distance. All right. So that was about a 4-yard gain. So it's going to be 2nd and 6 here for the Baltimore Ravens. They have no, it's 2nd and 7. My fault. 3 yards. They are at the 21 though. Lamar Jackson in shotgun. They fake the handoff to Duvernay. Lamar Jackson keeps it, and he's good for about 2 or 3. So it's going to be 3rd and 4 here. I'd have to take a guess. Hollywood Brown is overrated. I agree. Sunday, what's going on? Appreciate you stopping in. Again, guys, if you haven't, please bang that like. Yes, there was green, Joel. I agree. There was green grass in front of Lamar. Had he been able to split those Titans tacklers. So Justice Hill on the right side of Lamar Jackson in shotgun from his own 23, 3rd and 5. They fake the handoff to Jackson. They throw, and that is incomplete to Mark Andrews. And it's going to be 4th and 5 here. And obviously, the Baltimore are getting ready to punt there. Excellent coverage by Bird there to get a hand in there and break up the path to Andrews. J.K. Dobbins could have gotten the first down. Maybe. Khalif Raymond here back to receive the punt. Koch with the punt. It's going to be received by Khalif to the 30, and he's going to be down there. So about a 4 or 5 yard return. Khalif Raymond, former Giant, on our practice squad about 2 years ago. But decent field here, position here for the Titans. Let's see if they can make something out of nothing. Appreciate you guys stopping in. Spike that like if you could as we're going to commercial break. Yeah, 5 seconds is not too bad. I can deal with 5 seconds. I agree with that, King Sean. Man, I am both teams obviously off to a slow start here. Both 3 and out. So should be a good game. And of course, my phone rings. Well, I'll be right back. What's up? Not right now, I can't. I'm streaming. People got to listen. All right. Evan Spitz, what's going on? Illy Gilly, welcome in. Let me just mute my mic for 2 seconds, guys. Just got to take care of something. All right, I'm back, guys. Sorry about that. Had a quick call. People need to learn how to listen to the phone. OGR, hypothetically, Jags already have 4 picks in the top 50. If Atlanta offered 3 ones for Lawrence, would you listen? Well, you listen to any trade in the National Football League clocks. I mean, why wouldn't you listen? You never know. You know, maybe Jacksonville does some scouting and sees some weakness that no other team saw in Lamar and Trevor Lawrence. So, yeah, it's definitely a possibility. Gabriel Alves says, come on, Titans. So we are back here. Titans starting at their own 30. Derrick Henry in the backfield, about 7 yards. They hand off to the left side. And Derrick Henry bumbling, stumbling for about 7 yards. So it's going to be 2nd and 3. Nick DeWitt, what's going on? Appreciate you stopping in, my man. What's up, OGR? You the man today. You are the only one streaming. Well, I appreciate that. I generally am not the only one streaming, but definitely wanted to stream this game. So it's 2nd and 4 here for the Titans at the 36. Derrick Henry off the right side. He's good for only about a yard, maybe 2. So 11 minutes here to go in the first quarter, guys. Appreciate you stopping in. Again, spike that like if you could. Nick, I appreciate that again, my man. Really do appreciate the support. So it's 3rd and 3. Obviously, the Titans went 3 and out on their first drive here. Tannehill and shotgun. 3 bunch to the left. Derrick Henry to the right. Tannehill looking, throwing deep. And that's going to be caught by A.J. Brown. What a catch. What a catch. That is first down Titans. What a throw by Tannehill. Tight coverage by Marlon Humphreys on that. Both pushing and shoving. That's what play action does for you guys. It's going to be 1st and 10 to the Titans at the Ravens 35. It's almost 30-yard pass play on that. They throw out quick out to Juno Smith, and he's good for about 3. So it's going to be 2nd and 7 here. DK drops too many balls, King Sean says. A.J. Brown being A.J. Brown. Yes, I do love A.J. Brown. In my opinion, A.J. Brown is better than DK Metcalf. I don't know. They're both good. Actually, that was a 4-yard gain by Smith. So, Ryan Tannehill, under center. I'm going to say that's a false start flag. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty. A.J. Brown, McLaurin are better than DK Metcalf. Okay. Fair enough. Yep. So far start on Nick Westbrook, wide receiver for the Titans. They're going to be backed up 5 yards here. So basically taking, it's going to be 2nd and 11. But they are in field goal range, guys. 9:24 left in the first quarter. Ryan Tannehill from shotgun. 3 wide receivers to his right. Corey Davis going from right to left. Ryan Hanetill, back to pass, throwing, caught by A.J. Brown. And he's going to get the first down and more with a 13-yard gain down to the 22. OGR, regardless of playoff run, is Rodgers a Packer next year? You know what? That's my hot take. No. I think they give it over to Love there. That is my hot take. I'm going to say no. That is my hot take for the offseason. McLaurin over DK, I agree. I like McLaurin better than DK. All right. So Titans from the 22 of the Ravens. Handoff. Up the middle goes Derrick Henry, and he's going to be walloped. Wow, what a hit. You never see Derrick Henry go backwards, and he did on that play. It's going to be 2nd and 9 here. OGR, do you think the Ravens did Joe Flacco wrong when letting him go like that? No, because they wouldn't beat the same team they are today. No, I don't think they did him wrong at all. Good teams know when to let people go. That's just facts. So Titans with a heavy set here. Derrick Henry in the backfield. They fake the handoff to Henry. Throw it out to Smith. And he's going to be tripped up for about 3 on that play. Believe it's going to be 3rd and 6 here, but I could be wrong. Again, guys, spike that like if you like what you're watching. And obviously, if you're new to the channel, which most of you aren't, but there's a couple new people in here, do consider hitting that subscribe button and notification bell. I'll be doing a couple games, playoff games, during this 2020 season or 2021 season. So 3rd and 4 here for the Titans at their own at the Ravens 16. Tannehill back to pass. Ravens bring pressure. They get the ball off. And that's going to be a big first down to the 5. 1st and goal, Titans. Gabriel Alvarez, appreciate that. Eric, what's going on? He says, OGR, ready for my Browns later. Okay. So that was the receiver, tight end Frisker, that got it down to the 5 for the Titans. Ryan Tannehill, 5 for 5, 60 yards. That's the kind of performance they're going to need to beat the Ravens today. So Titans, heavy set. Derrick Henry in the backfield. He goes off the right side, and he's going to be met by Judon in the backfield. That's going to be a 5-yard loss all the way back to the 10. Nick DeWitt says, I need Gus Edwards to score his first TD. Gabriel says, Pitt 28, Cleveland 24. Yeah, they cannot get Henry going. So Titans line up under center, but then back out of it. They go 5 wide with Derrick Henry all the way to the right. Ryan Tannehill under center. Shotgun. Tannehill, back to pass. Looking, firing, throwing. A.J. Brown in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Titan. Let's go. Tighten up, baby. Update that score here. A.J. Brown is the difference in this game. That is a push off, but he got away with one there. Obviously, they're not going to replay that. So, yeah. Sugar Tots, what's going on? Using the strong arm emoji. Titan scoring drive. 10 plays, 70 yards. Looking to cap it off here with a field extra point here. Let me bring up my banner here in a sec. The extra point's up and good. Bring up that banner. Do appreciate you guys stopping by. Nick DeWitt says, there goes one of my bets. Oh, man. Feel bad for you, Nick. It's never fun to lose. Yes, King Sean. Definitely a push off. But, on offense, it's an offensive league. You do get away with one here and there. OGR, did you hear that Deshaun Watson wouldn't mind going to the Dolphins? I did not hear that. That's an interesting one. It kind of makes sense for the Dolphins because they're a team on the rise. And even though drafting Tua Tagovailoa, you're getting somebody that's already there. You're not going to be waiting for Tua to develop. By no means am I writing off Tua Tagovailoa. Absolutely not. But then, you could make a trade, Tua Tagovailoa plus picks to the Texans. Obviously, Texans would then, be able to get draft picks back because probably that'd be. AJ Nix, what's going on? Appreciate you stopping by. Again, guys, spike that like if you can. Really does help the stream out. But getting back to the potential trade in chat, that makes actually a lot more sense than a lot of people think. And then Tua could go to the Texans that are obviously going to be a team on the rebuild with Nick Caserio. And then he has a chance to develop there. It's actually a decent trade for both teams, considering where both teams are. But not everybody's going to Taran says, ref, let them play. Okay. It is playoff football. They have a tendency to let things go in playoff football, so that's good. I'm going to start streaming off of StreamYard. Okay, cool. I mean, honestly, what I want to start doing is I need to get a better rig to do it, but I want to start streaming off of Streamlabs and get a better setup going that way. But right now, considering the setup I have, StreamYard, it works best for me. Yeah, on your channel, yeah, I definitely agree. It's something it's easy to get yourself off the ground and work with. I do love StreamYard. for many things. It's simplified. If they could add more options, honestly, I think StreamYard would be one of the best streaming apps on the web. Do appreciate everybody joining me on this Sunday afternoon as the Titans lead 7-0. Here's the kickoff to Devin Duvernay, and that's going to go right out of the back of the end zone. And the Baltimore Ravens will be taking over at their own 25. AJ Brown killed it on this drive, guys. OGR, who do you got? Spurs or Timberwolves? Because my buddy TSR loves the Spurs, I'm going to go with the Spurs. Even though I'd like to see, some success from the Timberwolves. It's been a little while since they've really impressed, if you will, despite having Karl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins. So Lamar Jackson in shotgun. Gus Edwards to his left. Fakes the handoff to Gus Edwards. Goes out to Marquise Brown. He's going to turn the corner, and he's going to pick up 8. It's going to be 2nd and 2 here, guys. A pimp named Slipback. What's going on? OGR, do you think Daniel Jones is better than Tannehill? In my opinion, Jones is already top 10 QB once he gets a good wide receiver. Wow. I don't know if he's better than Tannehill right now. But based on stats, no. Does he have a potential? Yes. But I can't say that for sure right now. Because obviously 11 touchdowns, 10 pickles is not good enough in the NFL right now. Handoff here to Gus Edwards. He goes up the guy. He's fighting forward, and that's going to be a first down at the 35 for the Ravens. King Sean, appreciate that you're back again, guys. I do appreciate everybody hanging with me on this Sunday afternoon. Spike that like if you had not. Oh, absolutely. Yato, absolutely he's going to have to show improvement. He's definitely going to take the step forward next year. But I think he can. He has the potential to do so. It's all about decision-making. Mark Ingram inactive today for today's game. Lamar Jackson from shotgun. Fakes the handoff to Gus Edwards. Looking. Going deep downfield. And that's going to be picked off. What a bad decision by Lamar Jackson. That was horrid. What was he doing on that play? Stop trying to make it. And that was picked off by Butler. That was picked off by Butler. Wow. What a boneheaded play by Lamar Jackson. All day in the world had a little bit of a delayed blitz on him, but that was just a horribly thrown ball to Miles Boykin. And Malcolm Butler just picks that off right in the air. Gabriel Albert says, yes, Lamar, keep playing like that. Sunday said, I said it before, Lamar chokes on big games. Big games in the playoffs, he's 0-2. During the regular season, he's 30-7. So I really can't say he chokes in big games when it's during the regular season, but the biggest games you play in the playoffs. So yes, your statement is correct, verbatim. Zachary says, I have the Titans by 10. I don't know if I have them by 10, but if Lamar's going to play like that, it is going to be a long day at the office because A.J. Brown is killing the Ravens right now. Joel says, no accuracy. Bobby Jones, OGR, I think fans need to realize Jones isn't the guy that's okay. We didn't have a franchise QB for 12 years before Eli came. Bob Jones, I actually made a video stating that the other day. And I think a lot of people, because Jones is a 6 overall pick, they expect a top 10 quarterback. And if you want to make that argument, that's fine. I can't argue against it. But to me, Jones is an average quarterback in the NFL. You can win with it, but if you can find yourself an upgrade, do so. That's what I think Daniel Jones is, to be totally honest with you. And I'm fine with him being an okay quarterback. I can win with a Ryan Tannehill. And that's what the Titans have done. I wouldn't mind building like a Titans. Solid run game. Get myself a better defense what the Giants have right now. Get myself some legit options like A.J. Brown, Juno Smith. Obviously, you have Saquon in the backfield. Let's do it. Ron Rivera said, in his press conference that he's going to address the QB position this offseason. And King Sean says, thank God. AJ Nick says Daniel Jones is ready to step up. Mellows says AJ Brown is a monster. Yes, he is. I do agree. He is a monster. All right. So still first quarter here, 4:20 after the interception from the Titans. They're at their own 29 here after that interception by Lamar Jackson. Ryan Tannehill, 6 for 6, 70 yards and a touchdown. Ryan Tannehill under center. Heavy set. They hand off to Derrick Henry. He bowls forward, keeps going, almost gets caught in the backfield, but keeps pushing forward for about 5. It's going to be about 2nd and 5 here, guys. I think we're in the Alex Smith situation like the Chiefs, but if there's a future Mahomes out there, they should move on. Bob Jones, I agree 100%. I wanted to build like the Kansas City Chiefs. Hand off to Derrick Henry, and he's going to be short about a yard from the first down. That's going to be 3rd and 1, maybe 3rd and 2. So big pickup off the left side there by Derrick Henry. I agree with that, Bob Jones. Jamison Taylor, welcome in, guys. Again, if you guys are new to the channel, spike that like. If you like what you're watching, please consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell, guys. Really does help the channel out. But I do appreciate everybody hanging out with me on the Sunday afternoon and being engaging in chat. Makes my life easier. So Ryan Tannehill in the backfield. Shotgun. Derrick Henry slides out to the right. Ryan Tannehill looking back to pass, throws, caught by Frisker to the 50, to the 45, 40, 35, 30, and out of bounds at the 26. So big throw, big pass catch there by Frisker, and the Titans are cooking in Ravens territory. Don't we know each other from the Chris's live stream? Probably there's a ton of people in Chris's live stream, which I wish Chris was doing it today. Worked with him last year in the playoffs, if people remember. So 1st and 10 here for the Titans, who've been cooking with gas. Anthony Fisker has actually been the 2nd biggest pass catcher on the team behind AJ Brown. They hand off here to Derrick Henry. He's trying to prod forward, doing nothing. And that's going to be back to the line of scrimmage. I expect it to be 2nd and 10, maybe 2nd and 9 here. Will Henry make the Hall of Fame? Zachary, right now, if he keeps producing these type of numbers, absolutely he's a Hall of Famer. Cheese Whiz, what's going on? Appreciate you having me in here. Again, guys, if I don't get to your chat right away, obviously it's scrolling pretty fast here, but I do have a 20-second delay because I'm reading it off of StreamYard. So 2nd and 9 here. Tannehill under center. And we have Derrick Henry in the backfield. Tannehill looks back to pass, throwing, and that's going to be batted down, incomplete. 3rd and 9 here. King Sean says Lamar will not make the Hall of Fame, possibly. Tana would have called this game, but he's too tired. I don't blame him. Man. He streamed a lot yesterday, and even streaming 1 or 2 games, you feel it. You definitely feel it. So 1:47 left here in the first. Titans lead 7-0 in Ravens territory. It's 3rd and 9. They need to get to the 18 for a first down here. Tannehill from shotgun. Looking, firing, throwing, and that's out of the reach of Corey Davis. It's going to be 4th and 9, and Titans will settle for a field goal. I agree. He did stream with Bad Dog, yes. And then he did the 2 prior games. He did the Colts and Buffalo Bills. Then he did what I can't remember is the next game. Oh, yeah. Seahawks and Rams. And then obviously he streamed with Bad Dog for sure. Agree with that. OGR, underrated. I appreciate that, my guy. So Stephen Gatkowski lining up for the field goal here. 45-yard attempt from the left hash. Gatkowski up and good. Right down Broadway. It's going to be 10-0 Titans. So 10-0 Titans here, out to a huge lead. Let me just update this, get this back up for you guys. OGR, why do you think Jones' ceiling isn't that high? Someone told me something about his pocket awareness isn't that good. Isn't that good? I think he's an average QB. That's exactly what it is. I think he's Ryan Tannehill-esque, Alex Smith-esque. You've seen guys like this be able to win. See, everybody believes in having a top 10 QB in the National Football League. I do not, because it's a lot for you to go out and find these guys. It's not like top 10 QBs grow on trees. I mean, how many years of draft class in the first round you see a QB getting taken and they absolutely fail? They absolutely fail. Jamison Taylor, hey OGR, who's your favorite person on Impractical Jokers, bro? Don't have one. Don't have one. I'm new on live streams. OGR, okay, cool. You think the Titans have the Ravens number? Possibly, possibly. So Evan Spetzberg says, Dexter Lawrence, in my opinion, is underrated. He makes the players around him better, and he is a consistent pressure. Next year, the Giants' D line will be great. I agree with that. And especially if Leonard Williams goes, we need Dexter Lawrence to step up. We need Dalvin Tomlinson to step up. That's the biggest question, what the Giants are going to do on the defensive front. And again, guys, don't be surprised if you see the Giants draft another defensive tackle, maybe fourth or fifth round. No, Gabriel, I'm not going to stream all three. I can't. I've got my kids. I got to take care of them. But so I'm going to be one and done for today. I'm going to do this game. Next week, I am going to do the Chiefs game and maybe one other. So OGR, are you worried about paying Jones $30+ million in 2 to 3 years, though? It remains to be seen. It remains to be seen. Let me get past year 3, and I'll have a better idea of how to answer that question. Who has the better D-line, Giants or Washington D-line? It's Washington's is more talented. Giants are more underrated, but yeah, it's Washington. I mean, you have 4 first-round picks. If you don't have the best defensive line in all of football, guess what? You got a problem if you're the Washington football team. So kickoff here, that goes out of the back of the end zone, and the Ravens will be taking over at their own 25. Ravens rushing yards this season, 3,071, 4th most all time. And 1,037 in the last 5 games, most in a 5-game span since 1958. 3 players with 700 rushing yards and 5 TDs. Lamar Jackson, J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards. That's impressive by the Ravens. They need to establish something here because they are down 10-0. So, Lamar Jackson from shotgun. They have a heavy set out there with J.K. Dobbins in the backfield. They fake the handoff, J.K. Dobbins. Lamar Jackson keeps, and he's going to be corralled. Barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 2nd and 9. Playoff Lamar. Here he comes. Bob Jones, do you think Gettleman is on the hot seat next season if they don't make the playoffs? If Gettleman doesn't achieve a winning record next season, he's going to be fired. That's just flat out. I don't think you have to make the playoffs because I think a winning record is good enough. The Giants go 9-8. They'll make the playoffs. Lamar Jackson, 1 for 3, 7 yards, 1 INT, 2 rushing yards. 2nd and 10 here. They didn't even award him a yard. Lamar Jackson gives off to J.K. Dobbins. He's trying to feel his way through this defense, and the Titans say no, good sir. And it's going to be 3rd and 8. So 3rd and long here for Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. Gettleman will have a good offseason. I hope he does. I hope he does. Gettleman may tag Leo with the free agent tender like he did with Golden. That's not going to work like it did with Golden, though. So Lamar with Hill in the backfield. Andrews, Brown, Boykin, and Snead out there. 5 wide set. Lamar Jackson. They bring blitz Lamar escapes the pocket. Looking, and he throws, and that's going to be caught by Andrews at the 45. So big gain here from Lamar Jackson. Big time play. And that's exactly what the Ravens needed as the first quarter ends, guys. Just updating the quarter, guys. Zup J Money, welcome back. Again, I'll be doing the Chiefs game next week as I see my buddy J Money, a Chiefs fan in here. Lamar is running back, and he just throws. It's just trash in the playoffs. Wow. King Sean with strong words. Again, guys, spike that like if you haven't. I do appreciate that. I know everybody's going to be moving and grooving. It's very tough to sit here and watch an entire football game nowadays, especially with the amount of commercials we have. So, Jay Money, who do you think the Chiefs are going to be playing next week? That's my question to you. Just doing a quick NFL commercial here, guys, and we'll be getting back to the game hopefully shortly. Obviously, the Tennessee Titans lead 10-0 in the second quarter here, out to a big lead. We'll see if the Baltimore can close. They are driving. They're currently on their own 45. Pray for Thomas Bryant. He tore his ACL. I will. I will pray for Thomas Bryant for sure. Gabriel Alvarez says, I think they'll play the Titans. Okay. What are the Titans? Are the Titans? Yeah, the Titans are the 4th seed. So, yeah, they'd be the 4th seed. And actually, you know what? I'm going to make a bold statement here. I'm going to say they're going to play the Pittsburgh Steelers. I just think because the Browns and having the whole COVID thing, I think the Browns lose today to the Steelers. I think it's going to be Pittsburgh and Kansas City, and then you're going to have Titans and Buffalo next week, which should be an awesome game as well. Yep, Gabriel Alvarez right in lockstep with me. So, Lamar Jackson from his own 45. Keeps it. He's to the right side. Looking, searching for room, and he gains 3 on that play, if that. 2nd and 7 here, guys. So he's at his own 48. Lamar fighting his way out of quicksand, trying hard to make things happen, and don't take what's available. I agree. I think he puts way too much pressure on himself in these playoff games, and there's literally no need. Every time he tries to fight out of the situation like quicksand, he just keeps sinking lower and lower and lower. So 2nd and 7 here at the Ravens 48. J.K. Dobbins going across the formation. Slips and falls. They give it to Willie Snead. Snead's good for about 4. It's going to be about 33 here, guys. Hey, OGR, just popping in. Got to work again today, but back whenever I can. Appreciate that, Jay Berman. Pop in. Do me a favor, Jay, on your way out, spike that like. Really does help the stream out. I'm going to be doing 7 mock drafts this offseason. Wow. I'll maybe do 1. I'll maybe do 1 after the combine. It's going to be 3rd and 2 here. 2 running backs, 2 tight ends, 1 wide receiver for the Ravens. So heavy set. They hand off to Gus Edwards off the left side, and he's going to dive ahead for 4 yards. First down. Ravens. So excellent blocking there by Boykin and I was going to say Andrews, but he slipped. So decent blocking by Boykin. That's about it. So Ravens at the Titans 41. Lamar Jackson in shotgun. 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers. And Dobbins gets stuffed. He goes off the left side and gets absolutely crushed. 2nd and 10. KC versus Pitt, AFC Championship. Okay. That's impossible, since if Pitt won, they would actually, no, it's not impossible. Who's the 7th seed? Or was it the Colts yesterday? Yeah, the Colts would have had to win yesterday for that to happen. All right. Lamar Jackson from shotgun. 1 running receiver, 2 tight ends. He goes deep down the right side. Caught by Marquise Brown all the way down to the 12. Huge pass down the right sideline to Marquise Brown. And the Titans are beginning to struggle against this Ravens offense. I usually make more gaming vids than sports vids, but I'm going to be doing a lot of sports videos this offseason. King Sean, there's actually quite a few channels out there. Bengal comes to mind where he mixes sports and video games. So a lot of guys have been doing that. 2 running back, 2 tight ends, 1 wide receiver here for the Ravens. Lamar Jackson back to pass, throwing, firing, and that's going to be incomplete to Mark Andrews. I thought that was going to be picked off again by Malcolm Butler. But it was dropped by somebody. Mark Andrews, I think. I want to get a replay on this because the angle I had was terrible. So Lamar Jackson back to pass, throws, fires. And that was that caught or dropped by Mark Andrews? Oh, now that was almost an interception by Malcolm Butler. That was just an absolute force play by Lamar Jackson. Mark Andrews targeted 3 times, 1 reception for 17 yards so far in this game. Titans from the 13. Lamar keeps off the left side, and he's going to dive ahead to the 10-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 7. The Ravens cannot get this run game going at all, and they are strictly relying on Lamar Jackson's improvisation and his arm. Yes, Sunday, that was almost picked. Is Des Bryant playing? Not that I've seen. Ravens' current drive, 10 yards, 10 plays, 65 yards, almost 7 minutes taken up. 10:46 left in the second quarter. 3rd and 6 here. Lamar Jackson, back to pass, and he's going to be sacked at the 15. And the Ravens are going to have to settle for a field goal here. Mark Reed with the big sack. It's going to be 4th and 11 here for the Ravens. Tucker's obviously probably the most reliable field goal kicker in the NFL. So no surprise that I'm going to be updating this because Justin Tucker does not miss. So 33-yard attempt here from the left hash by Justin Tucker. Up and right down Broadway. Good. Yeah, they brought a heavy blitz on that play. So yeah, big time sack there. So obviously we're waiting for the Ravens to kick it off here. But again, guys, appreciate everybody joining me. If you have not spiked that like, please do so now. I do appreciate it. It does help the channel out. King Sean said Lamar's arm is weak. No, his arm is not weak, King Sean. Dude's got a cannon. Just not the most accurate quarterback in the NFL. Zachary says Bryant is active. Well, that's good to know. Cox, OGR Sports. Dude, do you think the Bears starting QB for next 4 years is currently on the team? Absolutely not, Cox. I do not think that's on the team. Hell no. The Bears need a quarterback desperately, and the Bears are going to do what they always do. They're going to pick up somebody in free agency. They're not in a position to really draft one. They're going to take a chance on somebody in free agency. That's what the Bears have done since Jim McMahon. They have had zero luck drafting. They're going to pick up somebody in free agency. IDP, what's going on? He says Giants could have drafted A.J. Brown over Baker. Yeah, that could have happened. But hindsight's 2020 when it comes to that kind of stuff. Gabriel Alvarez, appreciate you updating me on the amount of likes. 35 likes. Do appreciate you guys spiking that like. It does help the channel out. Lamar targets the tight end way too much. Well, why do you think they kept Mark Andrews? Of course. That's to me is his biggest weakness. That's why I don't think Marquise Brown. A lot of people say he's not good enough. I think he is good enough. Lamar Jackson does not, to me, throw downfield enough. But that's just my opinion. I don't watch enough Ravens games to say that with any sort of confidence. So for the Lamar Jackson fans out there, take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. Kick the field goal. Don't do what I've seen teams do. That was a good one Sunday, yes. Especially the other day with Frank Wright. You're Andrew Thomas, the best tackle in the league. What's going on? Appreciate you guys joining me on this Sunday afternoon. Kickoff here from the Ravens. And that's going to go right out of the back of the end zone, and it's going to be a touchback. So Titans will take over to 25. And Ryan Tannehill has been on fire. Looks like we're going to get a replay of the sack here from Lamar Jackson. They bottled up Mark Andrews pretty good on that play. And he was just staring down Mark Andrews and had zero time in the pocket and got sacked. And the thing is, Titans have not been known to get pressure this year, so they've really stepped it up in this game. So heavy set here by the Titans. Tannehill under center, possibly audibly. 5 seconds on the play clock. 9:59 left on the game clock. They hand off to King Henry here, and he's off the left side for maybe 2. It's going to be 2nd and 8, possibly 1. Brandon, what's going on? Lamar equals Cordell. Wow. So you're saying, I can see the comparison. I just think Lamar's slightly better passer than Cordell. And obviously he's a better runner than Cordell as well. So Henry's been contained today so far, 9 for 19, 15 yards after contact, averaging 2.1 yards a carry. Ryan Tannehill from shotgun, heavy set here. Looking, throwing, firing, and that is caught by Pruitt for about 4 or 5. It's going to be 3rd and 5 here, guys. Flag on the play. We'll see who it is on. King Johnson, Jarvis Landry can pass better than Lamar. Flag, it looks like it's on the Ravens. I'm going to say it's defensive holding. Oh, illegal use of hands. 22. So Jimmy Smith, illegal use of hands to the face. That's going to be a 5-yard penalty and give the Titans a new set of downs. Oh, yeah, definitely illegal hands to the face. He punched A.J. Brown right in the jaw. Oh, that was good. So 9:05 left in the second here. Tannehill under center from his own 31. I formation. Hands off to King Henry off the right side. Nothing doing. Met at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Jamison Taylor, I do appreciate you. You know, this is the first time me seeing you. I don't know if you've been here before, but I do appreciate you joining me on the Sunday afternoon. So 2nd and 10 here for King Henry and the Titans. Single back set. Looks like 3 tight ends, possibly 2. They fake the handoff to Henry. Tannehill under pressure, Flush by Ngakoue. He throws on the sideline and potentially caught. Yes, caught for 5 yards. And I want to say that's Frisker, but I could be wrong. Because they are using all their tight ends in this game. And that is definitely a catch on the sidelines there. But I don't know what tight end that is. I didn't expect the Titans to use their 4th string tight end. Sorry, guys. 87. So 3rd and 5 here. 11 passes to 11 rushes. Tannehill in shotgun with Henry to his right. Brown motions from left to right. Tannehill back to pass. Looking flush, and he's going to be sacked. Jarrett Wolf getting in there with the big sack, and the Titans are going to be forced to punt on 4th down. Nick DeWitt says, Henry is overrated whenever I watch him play. He's slow off the ball and just starts moving his feet after the first hit in the hole. It sounds like you're describing Ron Dane and not Derrick Henry. How many yards does Lamar and Ryan have? Last time I checked, I think Tannehill's over 100. And Lamar, I would be shocked if he's over 100. He's not been playing well at all today. So if Garrett signs with the Chargers, who are you looking to bring OC? Well, the first OC that I actually don't think we bring in anybody. Honestly, I think they'll end up promoting Freddie Kitchens, to be totally honest with you. Jamison Taylor, welcome back. Nick Wick says, I need one of them to go over 500. Total yards or passing yards? Imagine if you guys get Eric Bieniemy. Chargers or Giants? Because Eric Bieniemy is not going to leave the Kansas City Chiefs to come to the Giants to be their offensive coordinator. Sorry, that's not happening. Nick, let me know if that's total yards or that's passing yards. Because if you're hoping somebody goes over 500 passing yards and you put a bet on Lamar Jackson or Tannehill, or maybe both, maybe a combined over 500 yards is possible. Oh, okay, Jamison Taylor. Appreciate that. No, Eric Bieniemy again is not going to the Giants. That is ridiculous. Again, we're on a commercial break here, waiting for the Baltimore Ravens and Tennessee Titans to get back here. Do appreciate you guys joining me. Spike that like if you have not. And so far, good game. 10-3. The Titans are obviously punching it away here, or will be. Now I'm getting plus 22,500 odds, so I had to take it. I only bet $1. What site are you using, Nick DeWick? What is giving these gimmick bets, man? Right now, you have a better shot with Tannehill, if anybody. But you're going to need quite a few deep passes to A.J. Brown to even touch that number. Celebrity Wheel of Fortune premiering Encore tonight from 8 Eastern, 7 Central. Winter Fun Games. Wow. Who cares? Let's get back to the game already. Fox bet, really? All right. So Lamar Jackson at his own 18. Shotgun. He's got Gus Edwards to his left. He passes out to Marquise Brown. That's going to be good for 9. It's going to be 2nd and 1 here. So 6:27 left in the second quarter. Marquise Brown has 3 receptions for 44 yards, 14.7 yard average. 2nd and 1 here. Lamar 5 for 8, 66 yards and INT. They hand off to Gus Edwards. He goes off the left side to the 30, pushes forward to the 35, and that's where he'll be downed. 1st and 10. Titans. All right, Ravens, sorry. Gus Edwards had green grass if he was able to make it past Malcolm Butler off the left side. So 1st and 10 here from their own 35. Ravens. I keep saying Titans. Gus Edwards, 3 rushes, 17 yards, 5.7 yard average, which is shocking. It doesn't seem like that. Lamar keeps, and he's going to be good for a yard. Going to be 2nd and 9 here at 36. So 5:10 left to go in the second quarter. 26 seconds left on the play clock. 2nd and 9. As they pan around the field, giving different shots. I just want to see the football be played. Clocks, I'll get to your question in a second here after this play. Lamar Jackson from shotgun. He's got J.K. Dobbins to his left. They fake to have J.K. Dobbins flag on the play. They give it to Marquise Brown. He's to the 45, 50, and out at the 49. But depending on the flag, I'm going to probably say it's holding. Clock says, OGR, your opinion on Breeze last year? Oh, no, that penalty was declined. It was on the Titans. So, yeah, that's going to be a 1st down in Titans territory for the Ravens, obviously coming back here. To me, I really don't have an opinion on Drew Brees. He's aging. He's aging. It's very clear. So 1st and 10 here. Lamar Jackson, J.K. Dobbins in the backfield. Lamar back to pass. They bring a delayed blitz here, and he's going to be wrapped up in sack for about a 3-yard loss. Actually, maybe a yard loss. It's going to be 2nd and 11. Sports Critic, what's going on? Go check Sports Critic out if you haven't. My man, surprised to see you here. Appreciate you stopping by. If you could do me a favor and spike that like, that would be helpful. So, Lamar Jackson, 2nd and 11 here after the sack. Been sacked twice today. Lamar Jackson from shotgun. They hand off to J.K. Dobbins up the middle, and he's going to be good for maybe 2. It's going to be 3rd and 9 here. So 3rd and 9 here for the Titans. Ravens. 3rd and 8 for the Ravens. Wow, I can't speak right now. I keep wanting to say Titans. Max Sports, what's going on? Welcome in. Appreciate you stopping by. Mar has to keep his eyes downfield rather than looking for the scramble all the time. Yeah, he does have a tendency to do that. I do agree. Definitely plays better when he's keeping his eyes downfield. So, Ravens, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9 from the Titans 49. Lamar, back to pass, stepping up the pocket, and he's in a scramble. He's going to be the 40, 30, 35, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, dive for the pylon. Touchdown, Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Ravens. Appreciate that, Sports Critic. I try to support you when I can as well. That's going to be a 49-yard run there by Lamar Jackson. What a play. So we are all tied up. We got a hell of a game going on, guys. Hell of a game. And that is definitely a touchdown, by the way, guy. He was able to break the plane with the ball. Kingston, he says he's just a running back. Jamison Taylor says, dang it. Sports says, what a run. Yes. 7 plays, 82 yards, 4 minutes and 3 seconds on that drive. So Justin Tucker from the right hash. Up and good. Down Broadway. So tie game, guys. 10-10. Appreciate you coming in and out, Jamison Taylor. I'll see you when you get back. Frankie C. Any chance the Giants draft at 11? Draft a quarterback at 11? That's tough. That's tough. It's a very small chance. I mean, I guess if Zach Wilson drops, you could potentially see them take a quarterback. I highly doubt it since Dave Gettleman's coming back. If it was a new GM, I'd be higher on it. But if I had to put a percentage chance, I'd maybe say 10% chance of taking a quarterback at 11. Zeke says, we need a wide receiver at 11. I have a tendency to agree. Or corner, second corner. I'm so happy Chelsea win, bro. We go to the next round of the FA Cup. They needed that. They needed that big. If you guys didn't know, I am a Chelsea fan. If you follow football across the pond in the Premier League, I am a Chelsea fan. I'm going to try and do Chelsea games this year because hardly anybody streams them. But I don't expect to get a lot of people in there, that's for sure. I'll be lucky if I get one, probably J Money. Appreciate you guys. If you haven't so, spike that like. Do appreciate it. As we're winding down the second quarter here, we're almost actually at the half. This game's actually been going pretty quickly and obviously competitive with the 10-10 tie here. So far, probably the best half of football I've watched, at least first half of football I've watched in these playoff games. To be totally honest with you. J Money, you got to let me know, what is everybody's obsession with Callum Hudson-Odoi? I need to know because I don't see it. I'm not saying he's not a good player. He's an excellent winger. I just need to know what people's thought on him is because people drool over that kid. OGR, does Cam return to the Pats? Where do the Pats go from here with QB? Be totally honest with you, Clocks. There's a slight possibility. But unless somebody did bring up the case that Deshaun Watson would be a likely place if he was traded to go to the Patriots. I don't think he comes back, but if they can't get anybody or think anybody's better, you could see Cam Newton back in a Patriots uniform. But there was rumors that he is coming back, that he signed a long-term deal, but I don't know if those rumors are true. So let's kick off by Justin Tucker, and that's going to be into the end zone touchback. So Lamar Jackson, obviously first quarterback with 2,000-yard seasons, led the NFL with both 6.9 rushes per attempt and 6.3 in the last 2 years. Yes, I agree. The Titans do need, Pats need wide receivers, not the Titans. All right, appreciate you when you come back, Jamison Taylor. All right, so Tannehill from shotgun. King Henry off to his left. Fakes the handoff. And they try his, wow, that was a pass that was batted in the air, back to Tannehill. He caught it and then was brought down in the backfield for a huge loss by Ward. We're all armchair GMs going do armchair. We're gonna do if we make the playoffs next year, wanting this and that. Of course, it always happens. Jimmy Five says, what are your thoughts on the Giants? Well, what are the thoughts on my Giants? Much improved season. And, kind of sky's the limit for next year. Obviously, Dave Gettleman coming back. We need to improve the amount of weapons. I believe Daniel Jones is coming back. Obviously, they're going to commercial break here. And the Giants need to produce a winning season next year. If they don't, it's going to be an epic failure. That's just facts. So that is my quick thoughts on my Giants. If you guys didn't know, predominantly a Giants channel, but obviously we are all football fans before we become fans of our team. So that's why I am doing the Ravens and Titans, because I thought it was going to be a competitive game, and it absolutely is. Yes, there was actually a similar play. That's actually a good point, Zeke. Similar play happened last night in the game in Tampa, where Tyler Heineke dropped back to pass. He threw, it was batted up in the air, and then he batted the ball to the ground, which was smart on his part. Can the Dolphins in Washington play good like this year? Absolutely, J Money. Dolphins had a solid year. It's about developing Tua Tagovailoa. That's really what it comes down to. The Dolphins, they can develop, a solid quarterback, improve that defense more, protect Tua Tagovailoa. They'll be good to go. They've got a solid roster. And Washington, they've got a solid roster. They have an excellent defense. When you have a defense that's going to keep you in games, you can produce winning seasons. OGR, does Matt Ryan have any value with his $35 million contract? And who would want him? Well, you asked a question earlier. Who would want him? The Colts. The Colts would want him. He's a veteran in this league. He knows how to play. He's probably better than Phillip Rivers right now in this stage of his career. Absolutely. The Colts would want somebody like that. That's how the Colts are going to win. The Colts have their window now where they need to contend, and they can't afford to go get a young QB. So they need a proven commodity because their window is going to close just as fast as it opened. So that's why your Colts, essentially, even though you are a Giants fan, they need to. They're going to aging QBs that they can get 1-2 years out of. That's what they're going to be piecing together for the next couple of years. It'd be them. So Tannehill, shotgun, Henry in the backfield, 2nd and 20 after that huge loss. Tannehill back to pass, looking, firing, throwing, and that is going to be caught dropped by A.J. Brown. They're saying he's out of bounds, so it's going to be 3rd and 20. Jason Spitzberg, what's going on? Welcome back. Who's my favorite player on the Giants? I'd be lying if it wasn't Saquon. Saquon is my favorite player on the Giants because I am a huge Penn State fan, and I watched him all 4 years at Penn State, or all 3 years at Penn State. Not yet. I do not have membership yet, Sugar Tots. So handoff here, and they're just going to settle for a punt here. That was a 3-yard gain, if that, by McNichols. Tomorrow, Alabama, Ohio State. Yep. Who do you guys have in that one? Alabama or Ohio State? Let me know in the chat. Minute 45 left here, so Lamar's going to have some time. Minute 51 left. Sorry, they just wound the clock. And Lamar's going to have a chance to try and drive here and get some points on the board before halftime. Who do I think is going to win? I think Bama. I think they have way too many offensive weapons for that Ohio State defense to really contain. And there's some question marks about the Ohio State quarterback there. Not on his play, obviously, but injury. So Brett Kern getting ready to punt here to Devin Duvernay, the speedster. Brett Kern lined up of his own 5 here. Needs to get a hell of a punt off. High punt. And that was a good punt. It's going to go out. We'll see where they mark it. They mark it at the 30. So excellent punt there by Kern. Yes, Yato. Justin Fields. I always draw blank on Justin Fields. I do not know why. I've watched him play for Ohio State for 2 years. And again, I always draw blank on his name. Wolf says Bama. Joel says Bama. Jason says Bama. Sugar Tot says Ohio State. Lamar Jackson back to pass, looking, throwing, firing, and that's a slip by Dez Bryant, and that's going to be incomplete, 2nd and 10. And that was the first target for Dez Bryant, and he slipped on that one. Dez Bryant, 4th career postseason game. Obviously, the majority of those with Dallas. Lamar Jackson from shotgun. J.K. Dobbins to his left. Dez Bryant has only had 5 snaps on the day out of 25. Lamar Jackson steps up, looking, and he's going to be brought down at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10. I wonder if the Titans think about burning a timeout here. It's 3rd and 10 with 1:25 left. They haven't done it so far. They're going to let the clock run. I think it's a mistake here. Landon Markham, what's going on? Appreciate you stopping by. Spike that like if you could. Warrior, what's going on? Warrior says, what happened to your old hair? I shaved it off, Warrior. I'm going bald, my friend. Wolves, yeah, I decided to just stream this game out of the spur of the moment. So I didn't expect you to know I was streaming this game. Lamar Jackson back to back. Third and 10. Looking, throwing, firing, and that's caught Marquise Brown to the 49, and he's going to be dropped. It is going to be 1st and 10 here for Lamar. Anybody saying Marquise Brown was a bust? Not in this game. They're at the 50. My correction. 36 seconds left. Lamar Jackson back to pass. He's looking. Tosses it to J.K. Dobbins. He falls in the backfield. It's going to be a loss of 2. 2nd and 12. Yeah, Warrior. It looked really good. Yeah. No, Wolves. This is the only game I'm streaming today. So Ravens burn their 2nd timeout here. They have 1 left. 27 seconds left to go on the play clock. Or game clock. Sorry, my apologies. Just listen here to Riddick talk about this game right now. Jay Money, who should be signed at Chelsea? A midfielder. They need midfielders. They're fine on the back end. They need a midfielder. They need somebody. I mean, I would love Rice from West Ham, but I don't think they're going to get him till the summer. Lamar Jackson, back to pass, looking, all day to throw. And he's going to be sacked down. 19 seconds left, 18, 17. So it's that's 3rd sack and a half for the Titans. They've been able to somewhat contain Lamar Jackson. You can only hope to contain him. You're not going to stop him. Excellent coverage here by the Titans here. Across the board. And they had all the coverage bottled up. Malcolm Butler, Adoree Jackson, everybody was running stride for stride with their guy. Titans defense sacks this season, 19, fewest in the division since 1970. Today, 4. I'm not reading that, Warrior. I'll probably end up stumbling bad. Clocks, I'll answer that question right after this play. Lamar Jackson, hands off. J.K. Dobbins, 40 to the 43. And they're going to settle for a punt here. So clock stops here. We got a flag. I don't know if there's holding on that play or what. Actually, you know what, Clocks? I'm going to save that for halftime. Wow, Dez Bryant with a stupid play. Late hit. Personal foul. 15 yards. So that's pretty much going to go to the half, guys. So that's what I'm going to label it as. So feel free to ask your question, guys, as we get ready to go to the half here. As I update this real quick. All right. So Clock says, OGR Sports, bro, you're the Colts GM. I'm giving you a choice for the two years. Rodgers, Stafford, Ryan. What's the most probable of happening? To me, what's the most probable of happening is probably it's a split between Ryan and Stafford. So, and I'm going to go with what I think is the better quarterback right now. So I would go Stafford. Obviously I would love Rodgers, but I don't think Rodgers is necessarily happening, especially if they have a deep run. But I did say they could go with Love, and that was my hot take. So we'll see. There is nothing on my other computer. I got my camera over here and my laptop set down below me, Warrior. And Giants fans wanted Dez laughing my ass up, Yato says. What? What's going on now? Did they just give the Ravens a first down? Oh, no. It's just going to be a knee by the Titans. Okay. No, there's not something else on my other computer. Just I have one computer, one laptop. Guys, a little bit confusion here on the flag because I think they just gave the Ravens an automatic first down on this after a hold. I mean, on the receiving team. And the Titans crowd is none too happy. You can definitely hear those boos. They're definitely, even for a small crowd. So Ravens are just going to take a knee here and go into halftime. So we are at the half, guys, again. Any questions, please feel free to throw them in the chat. As if there's anything you want to ask me, this is the time to do it. Are you sure? Let's see your search history, Warrior says. Funny. Warrior, I knew what you're trying to get at the entire time. At the half here, guys, again, do appreciate you guys joining me on this Sunday afternoon. Please feel free to spike that like. It does help the channel out if you haven't done so already. Ethan, over here. This game is not as good as I thought it'd be. Sunday, I'm loving this game. I don't know what you're saying. Can you get me a bottle of water, please?
Okay.
Love you. Booger McFarlane going over his valuable insights. I don't need Booger McFarlane's valuable insights. I think he's a terrible analyst, by the way. I'm not a Booger McFarlane fan. OGR. So you're saying if the Jets move on from Darnold, they still have a shot. They still have a shot starting somewhere else. Yeah, I think he still has a shot starting somewhere else. I think it's similar to Ryan Tannehill, to be totally honest with you. I think the Jets are just a trash of an organization. And Darnold's not nearly as bad as he plays with the Jets. Sometimes I think it's quarterbacks are, made out to be worse than they really are because of the organization setting them up to fail. I think David Carr would have been an excellent quarterback in the NFL. But dude's getting hit, 70, 80 times a season? That's going to do something to your confidence as a quarterback. Sometimes teams are a detriment to their quarterback, and I think it was for Sam Darnold. That's why I don't even think that even if the Jets draft either Wilson and or Justin Fields, I don't think you're going to see much of a change in that team. Hopefully Joe Douglas is able to rally around and do something there, but for the most part, no. I do not respect the Jets as an organization because let's say they have another losing season. I could see them firing Joe Douglas, and I don't think he deserves to be fired. I think he's done a decent job. Joel, I guess everybody likes Sunday. I guess I love defensive battles, I guess. I don't know. Adam Gase was a detriment to Darnold. Yeah. And it looks like he was a detriment to Ryan Tannehill as well. So that's why I keep saying that. I don't think Sam Darnold is as bad as he's made out to be. But Jets fans are obviously going to give up on him. They're at the top 3 of the draft. And if you go with the PFF mentality, it tells you keep taking a quarterback till you get a top 5 quarterback. Landon Markham says, I don't know what game you guys are watching. Hey, to each your own. Everybody's going to have their own opinion. A lot of people love these shootouts. Me? This is a solid game of football going on right now. It's just you're not getting the highest quarterback play. And a lot of people judge games purely on quarterback play. I do not. They're doing a little bit of a preview for the Alabama-Ohio State game as we're waiting to get back to this game for Baltimore and Tennessee. I think I'll switch it over to the third quarter here as we're waiting for it to start. Again, guys, appreciate you guys joining me. For me, I love this game so far. It's my type of game, so. The last few plays were bad, though, with the penalties and mistakes. Absolutely. I mean, nobody loves that. I like the defensive battles, high-scoring games, as long as they're close. Well, I mean, Landon, who doesn't love a close game? How many people are actually actively rooting for a blowout? And that's my question. Let me put my banner back up here. Yeah, no, I believe I agree with you there. This game has been slightly sloppy with the turnovers. Jason Spitzberg says, I just want a high-scoring game. You could get it in the second half. Both teams are going to adjust here, so it's going to be real interesting. For me, I just think that the Titans, I mean, they've been successful with this passing game. I'm not saying ride Ryan Tannehill, but, you can still try and establish the run, but still. Warrior 2, OGR at OGR Sports. Welcome in, Warrior 2. I wonder if you were related to Warrior. Cameron, what's going on? I just want it to be close in the fourth. Okay. I can get along with that. I wouldn't mind it being close in the fourth. I don't feel like calling overtime. So I hope it gets resolved in regulation. Because by that time, I need to get going and feed my kids here. I wouldn't mind watching that. That looks good. Al Davis versus the NFL, February 4th, 9 p.m. Eastern, 30 for 30. I'll definitely watch that. Who is your top free agent that you would like for the Giants to sign? Top free agent the Giants. See, I really think the Giants need a big-bodied wide receiver. And the problem is people aren't going to like this. But my top guy would be Allen Robinson. Again, because I watched him play in college. Penn State Nittany Lion. I've always liked him in his NFL career. I think it's the exact type of wide receiver the Giants need. Everybody wants this speedy guy down the field, similar to a Devin Smith or even a Devontae Smith, sorry. And for me, yeah, I already think the Giants have that. I just think they need that reliable, big-body wide receiver that's going to get you the yards. And Darius Slayton can be that speedster downfield that you need. The guy still runs a 4.4, I believe. Warrior 2 says no, they need a guy like Big Ben. Hey, OGR Sports. I think the Giants should not trade for Big Ben. We need Eli. Very funny. Warrior 2. Clearly the troll of the bunch. Actually, let me go visit this real quick. Because I have a feeling at some point here, I am going to need more moderators. So I might as well award some people some mod. Joel, always a good dude. Add you, responsible human being. And we'll see where we go from there. Again, guys, appreciate you guys spiking the likes. We're up to, let's see if we can get it up to 50, but I think most of you have already spiked that like. Well, Yato, you know what? You're a responsible human being. So, and I need at least one mod, so I appreciate it. Butcher's Block and Patriots Talk. What's going on, my man? Appreciate you stopping by. A beer to you, my guy. And if you guys are Celtics fans, and yes, I am a Celtics fan, go check out my man at, I believe, 6:30 for the Celtics and Heat today. Should be an interesting game. Unfortunately, I think we're out without Tatum. So, yes. Warrior, you've got to stop by a little bit more for you to get a mod. I've known Joe Liato on a bunch of different streams, so excellent dude. I don't give out mods very often, but I probably don't have a lot of mods in the chat right now. Warrior 2. You win a whoops. Oh, Butcher, I apologize. Butcher. I clicked the wrong person. Let's see if I can unmove it. Butcher, I apologize. Did not mean to put you in timeout. I hit the wrong person. I do apologize. Oh, no, Sunday. Absolutely. Again, Butcher Block Patriot Talk, I apologize for putting you in timeout. I didn't mean it was a misclick on my part. I did it from whatchamacallit. So I meant to put Warrior 2. But Butcher, I appreciate you showing up. Again, I apologize. If I could undo it, I would. But unfortunately, it's not going to let me. But please, liked, commented, and shared by my cousin at Warrior 2 and subscribed. Yeah, that's what happens when you're nice. People take advantage of the situation. But I did not mean to block Butcher Block and Patriots Talk. So I've got to apologize. I'll make sure I give that man a super chat later. I'm sorry at Warrior 2 trying to get me banned, and he's trying to act like me. I think Warrior 2 are one and the same. Who else in chat thinks so? As we're getting ready to come back to this game here. Start of the third quarter is going to happen pretty soon. As I'm chugging down another water, which I shouldn't, because if I do it too fast, I'm going to be visiting in the little boys' room very here shortly. So here we are, 10-10, start of the third quarter here. So we're lining up to get the kickoff started here. Again, guys, appreciate you joining me on a Saturday or Sunday. Just watching some quick highlights here of Lamar and this defense, and that run was impressive. That was almost like a Madden run where the hole just opens up and you take off like a shot out of a cannon. So, get Scoutsy with the kickoff here. And Dever Duvernay gets a 15 to the 20. And he's going to be stopped at the 23. And that's where we will start this drive. You're lucky you have a burner account. I'm sorry. I am sorry, Butcher. I didn't mean to. I meant to ban Warrior 2, not you. But your thing will come off ban in about, I don't know, probably 2 or 3 minutes. Derrick Henry, 10 rushes, 18 yards, 1.8 yard average. Lowest in the first half this year. Lamar Jackson, shotgun. Gus Edwards to his right. Fakes the handoff to Gus. Throws back to the fullback. And that's going to be good for about 11 yards as Richards rumbles forward. First down. Outside of the run, Titans defense has been playing well. Agreed. Play selection for the Ravens, 16 rushes, 16 passes, so even. Lamar Jackson with Gus Edwards in the backfield, 1st and 10 here from their own 34. That's out to Mark Andrews on a quick pass, and that's going to be good for 3 or 4. Dude's 30. So, I think you meant thirsty, yes. And 2nd and 6 here. Mark Andrews had 4 targets, 2 receptions for 21 yards. Lamar Jackson shotgun. 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, 0 tight ends. Boykin, Snead, and Brown out there. Snead motions from left to right. Lamar Jackson goes off the left side. First down and more. That's good for about 10. And that was actually a little bit of a hold on Richard that allowed Lamar Jackson to get the edge. But Lamar's good right down to about the 48. It's going to be 1st and 10 here for the. Would you like to see the Giants trade down from 11 to go get more picks? Depending on who's there. If they're not in love with anybody, with any guy, then yes, I wouldn't mind to see them trading down. So 13 minutes left in the third quarter here. Lamar Jackson from shotgun. He tries to go up the gut, and he's going to be stuffed. Loss of a yard. It's going to be 2nd and 11. It's okay, Warrior. All of us make mistakes. Like a lot of Giants fans, like I'm going to pronounce this name wrong. Cutie Pay, defensive end from Michigan, real athlete. Handoff here, J.K. Dobbins going out to the outside, and he's going to be good for about 8 or wow, he gets it almost all back. He's good for about 10. It's going to be 3rd and 1. It's okay. It's okay, Warrior 2. We all get rambunctious from time to time. Even I do, I guess, in a way. So 3rd and 2 here. Greg Moman, offensive coordinator in the booth, which you rarely see, actually. So, Lamar Jackson keeps going out to the outside at 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, and tiptoes down to the 15 and out there. 1st and 10 Ravens. They are cooking with charcoal right now. Butcher's Blog and Patriot Talk is back, my man. And it looks like they were running a little bit of an option there. So 1st and 10 here for the Baltimore. And it looks like they're going to need to get down to the 5 to get a 1st down here. It's 1st and 10 here. Lamar Jackson has 94 yards passing, 89 rushing, and 1 rushing TD, 1 INT, 9 for 13. Lamar Jackson bat the packs. Looking, throwing, firing, and that's going to be caught by Richards for 5 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Oh, it's Ricard. I've been pronouncing it wrong. Why didn't anybody correct me in chat? And that's actually good for 6, so it's going to be 2nd and 4. You could say that again, Butcher's Black Patriots talk. So it's 2nd and 4 here from the 15. Lamar keeps. He's good for about 2 or 3. It's going to be about 3rd and 2. So 10-15 left in the third quarter. Ravens are moving and grooving here. Titans cannot stop them, and 3rd and short is not what you want to be against this Ravens defense or offense. Titans 3rd down defense, 51.9. Not good. Dobbins, Ricard in the backfield. Ricard motions out to the right. Lamar Jackson fakes the handoff to Dobbins. Throws back to Ricard. That's going to be a 1st down and more. Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling down to the 30-yard line. And it's going to be 1st and goal Ravens. Patrick Ricard, 6'3", 311 pounds. That is a big boy. 4th season college, Maine. Patrick Ricard becoming a real weapon. Who would have thought? Fullback. Handoff to Dobbins. He goes to the left side, and he's going to be in. Touchdown, Ravens. Tucker's pretty reliable, so. And that is true. That is 16 unanswered points put up by the Ravens after going down 10-0. 10 plays, 77 yards, 5 minutes and 59 seconds there. Almost 6-minute drive. Tucker from the right hash, or left hash. Up and good. Right down Broadway. 17-10. So Titans need to string this drive together or something because they've been stalled out for quite some time. They need to get back to throwing to their tight ends and A.J. Brown. That's what's worked for them successfully in that first half. So 9 minutes left here in the third quarter. Should the Giants trade for Tariq Cohen? KC would not let Tariq Cohen go at all. That's what happens when you miss on your blocking assignments. You can say that again, Joel. Looking back, would you rather have Wirfs and Winfield like the Bucks or Andrew Thomas and McKinney? Frank C., if I'm just judging off of this season, yeah, of course, I would want Wirfs and Antoine Winfield. But 2-3 years down the road, that could change. Me personally, I give everybody 3 years. So on the surface, yes, I'd rather have Wirfs and Antoine Winfield just based on how they played this year. But I'm fine with Andrew Thomas and McKinney. Oh, Tariq Cohen. I was thinking of I'm an idiot. No, but I don't want Tariq Cohen at all. A brain fart by OGR. Shakalaka, shakalaka. ABC tonight. Appreciate you guys joining me. If you haven't spiked that like, please do so, but most of you probably have. All right, so 17-10 here. We're back to action. Titans getting ready to receive here. Ravens getting ready to kick off. Justin Tucker with the boot. And that is going to be taken out of the end zone here. To the 10, to the 15, to the 20, and downed at the 22, possibly 23 by the Titans. So Derrick Henry jogging back out. Ravens have done an excellent job bottling up Derrick Henry all day. He has not gotten loose. Just waiting for Action to get back into Action Jackson to get back in here. All right. So Ryan Tannehill, I formation, 1st and 10 from his own 24. Derrick Henry off the left side. And honestly, that's probably one of his best runs all day with the 2-yard gain right there. 2nd and 8. .8:35 left to go in the third quarter. 2nd and 8. 25 seconds left on the play clock. Ryan Tannehill. Motioning Pruitt from right to left. Under center. Ravens showing blitz, and they do. But Titans counter with the draw, and they're going to gain about 3 on that play. It's going to be 3rd and 5. It's going to be 3rd and 4. 7:48 left in the third quarter. Titans need a 3rd down desperately. They have McKnowles, Frisker, Brown, Batson, and Davis on the field. Tannehill from shotgun. Frisker goes from left to right in motion. Ravens show blitzed. They do. It's picked up. Throw caught by Batson, and that's going to be a first down. And that's going to be up to the 35. And that was on Peters. It's a good throw and catch there by Tannehill and Batson, and got a first down here. So Titans hopefully get to start moving and grooving here. They desperately need to get back in this game. They've been kept down. Ryan Tannehill fakes the handoff to Derrick Henry. He catches it out of the backfield. That's going to be good for about 6 or 7. It's going to be 2nd and 3 here, guys. Your favorite win was the Eagles? Mine too. Mine too. That or Seattle, but obviously Seattle was more unexpected. So 2nd and 3 here. I formation. They have Evans, Balsam, Swam, Brown, and Davis out there. They hand it off and nothing doing. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard on that play by Evans. What up, OG? Oh, Jesse Bryan, what's going on? Welcome in. Frankie C. as well. So 3rd and 2 here. Another big 3rd down for the Titans. They got McKnowles, Frisker, Smith, Brown, and Davis out there. 1 running back, 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. Tannehill from shotgun. Five on the play clock. Tannehill staring down a receiver. Under pressure. Escapes. Throws. And that's going to be dropped by Corey Davis. 4th and 2. And Tennessee is going to punt. And again, Mike Tirico is saying that they should have basically had Derrick Henry out there for 2 plays, and he wasn't. Again, guys, if you haven't done so, please spike that like. Kern's getting ready to punt off here to Devin Doonerville. Doonerville calls for a fair catch at the 7, I want to say. And that's where Lamar Jackson's going to take over. Very slow 3rd quarter, and Titans defense has got to step up here because they cannot afford to give the Ravens any more points. That's for sure. This game's flying by for me. I don't know about you guys, but it is absolutely flying by for me. I mean, we're already halfway through the 3rd quarter, almost to the end of it, really. Another DraftKings commercial. Enjoyable. Are you kidding me? That's what they're trying to prove. Oh, my Lord. Nick, if you're still here, is this what you're using, DraftKings, these crazy bets? That's funny. So if the Titans score a 20-yard plus TD in the 4th quarter, you could win $100,000 or a ticket to a $100,000 contest. That was basically what was being plugged right there. No, Fox bets. All right, got you. Got you. Oh, I will be too. What do you know, Nick? I will be too. I'll be here to the end of this game for sure. Again, guys, appreciate you joining me. it's always fun doing some other teams every once in a while. Why is my Skype open? That's just rando right there. My Skype's like randomly open. I don't remember doing it. Ravens playing disciplined football on D. Really staying in the lanes and not over pursuing. Correct. But it was also a mistake by the Titans not to put your best player on the field in Derrick Henry and take him off. Even though he hasn't been playing the game, you always need, if you can, put your best player on the field, which is Derrick Henry. I mean, it's not like he's ran the ball 30 times for 200 yards or something where he's going to be gassed. He's not gassed at all. He's only has like maybe 12 rushing attempts and 1 reception. So 5:09 left in the third quarter. Ravens taking over at their own 7. Lamar Jackson from shotgun. Gus Edwards in the backfield. They motion Marquise Brown into the backfield, and they pass it out to him. He's going to be good for about 2 or 3 yards in that play. It's going to be 2nd and 7. No, Nick DeWick, I'm not going to be doing any other games today. I've got the kiddies to take care of. Sorry, that was actually 4 yards by Marquise Brown. That's the second time they've run that play this game, and that's the second time it's worked. So 2nd and 6 here. J.K. Dobbins motions back into the backfield. Lamar Jackson throws it out to Andrews, and he's going to be good for about 2 or 3 on that play. It's going to be probably 3rd and 3 if I had to take a guess. Lamar Jackson, 11 rushes, 91 yards, 1 TD. Derrick Henry, 12 rushes, 24 yards, 0 touchdowns. Third and 3 here for Lamar Jackson. Willie Snead motions from left to right. J.K. Dobbins motions back into the backfield. Lamar Jackson keeps, and he's going to be hit and dropped. It's going to be 4th down. Excellent play by the Titans defense there. That's what they needed to get the motivation back on their side. Let's see if they can make a run at it here and get some points on the board because they need it desperately. So Ravens will punt here. Khalif Raymond receives the ball at the 40. He advances to the 41, and he's going to be taken down. Former New York football giant right there, Khalif Raymond. So good field position for the Titans at their own 41. Let's see if they can advance the ball here and get some points because they, again, need it desperately. The Baltimore Ravens have scored 17 unanswered since Tennessee has gone up 10-0 on this game. I can't stand these AT&T commercials. Anyway, the Ravens get 28. Yeah. A field goal and a 2-point conversion. That's the way they get 28. And I don't see them going for a 2-point conversion, so good luck. Or a field goal, a missed extra point, and a safety. It's not looking good for you, Nick. It's not looking good for you at all, to be totally honest. Just watching a commercial here, got a good laugh. Talking about Tom Flores. Let's go. Enough of these commercials to get back to the game action. Actually, I'm curious, guys. I'm not doing any other games today. But if I were to do another game today, which game would it be? Would you guys want me to do? I can imagine it would be Browns and Cleveland, but some of you may say Saints and Bears, so we'll see. I'm not doing another game today. Definitely not. Cannot afford to do another one today. First player in the NFL in rushing yards and TDs in consecutive seasons since 1967. It's 1968. Leroy Kelly. And I figured most people would say Cleveland, Browns and Steelers. I agree, Andrew Thomas. So, Titans from their own 42. Fake the handoff to Derrick Henry. Tannehill looks, throws, fires, caught to the Ravens 40. 18-yard gain to A.J. Brown, but flag on the play. Personal foul, roughing the passer on Wolf. They're going to tack a 15-yarder on top of that. So they're going to be down to the Ravens 25. Big play there by A.J. Brown. Yeah, that was a dumb play by Wolf right there. So Titans in Ravens territory on the 25. 3 wide receiver set, 1 tight end. Derrick Henry in the backfield. Derrick Henry off the right side, and he's going to plow ahead for about 3. That's honestly probably his best run of the day. So 2:32 left in the third quarter. It's going to be 2nd and 7 here. I'd say run Derrick Henry again, even though it hasn't really worked today. So we have 1 running back, 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. Tannehill under center. They fake the handoff to Henry. Looking, firing, throwing, caught by Khalif. Is that Khalif Raymond? No. That is Nick Westbrook. Wow. For about 10 yards. They're down to the 10. First and goal here for the Titans. Minute 43 left. Third quarter. Corey Davis moves inside. They hand off Derrick Henry. He goes up the gut, and he's going to be good for about 3 again. Next year, this time, we're doing a Giants games. Yes, I agree. We'll be calling a Giants game next year. Let's go. And hopefully we're back at Giants Stadium for a Giants meetup like we were a season ago. So second and goal here for the Titans. Titans offense scored TD on 94% of the goal to go drives. Second and goal here. Titans. Tannehill back to pass. Stepping up in the pocket. Looking, firing, throwing. Caught by A.J. Brown. He's down to the 4. Maybe Philly. We'll see. So 37 on the game clock, 28 on the play clock. Ryan Tannehill, 14 for 19. Jonnu Smith would be, I'm going to say this is either going to go to Jonnu Smith or Frisker on this play. Ryan Tannehill from the 5. Shotgun. Steps back, looking, and he's going to be, no, he gets the ball off to Derrick Henry, but he goes nowhere. And it's going to be 4th and goal, and the Titans are probably going to be ending up settling for a field goal here, guys. And it will be the end of the quarter. So I'm going to change the fourth. You know what? I'm just going to add the points. I'm going to add the points, change it to the fourth quarter. I'm taking a risk here, but worst comes to worst, I will have to take the banner back down. Not a big deal. Again, guys, appreciate you being in here. Always appreciate it. Henry doesn't have the backside lane to run on this game. This is the danger of a zone. I agree. Chris said the meetup. Yeah, I already read that one. Yes, I am looking forward to a Giants meetup next year. Honestly, I would like to do it, but if we are going to do it, I'd like to do it with other content creators, like Eagles content creators, Cowboys content creators, because there's, even though I don't like their teams, there's a ton of good Eagles and Giants, Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, and Washington content creators, to be totally honest. Whew. Sucked down 2 bottles of water. That was a mistake. Just waiting for the game to get back here, guys. Again, appreciate you guys joining me. If you guys have not, please spike that like. Do appreciate it. Obviously, Baltimore leaves 17-13 here. OnlyFans OGR, what's going on, my man? Happy to see you. I see you gave out a mod, but not for me. Well, this is the first time you've commented all day. You know what, OnlyFans, I'll make you a deal. I'll make you a mod. You show up to the next 10 straight streams at different time intervals. Guess what? Or no, obviously, I'll probably, you know what? By next offseason, or no, next game. Actually, no. I'm trying to think. You know what? If you attend at least half of my next streams, either me and or TSR, I'll give you a mod. How about that? No, I do not live in New Jersey. I live in the great state of Connecticut. And that's up and good by Gaskowski from 25 yards out, 17-13. So they did get some points on the board. OGR, can I get a mod? It's Bradley. I just changed my user. Bradley, I'll think about it. I don't like giving out a ton of mods. You've seen guys like TSR and Entertainer get burned for doing it. So I'm kind of like, I'm good on mods right now, but it may happen. Okay, well, we'll see. But, I'm telling you right now, OnlyFans OGR, if you do screw up, I give you a mod and you do screw up, and I'm not saying I'm going to give it today. I'll rake you under the coals. I'll never allow you to be a mod again. Just letting you know now. Word to OGR Sports. Do you have a wife? Yes. Or are you with TSR? That's a dumb question. Am I with? See, I'm almost offended, Warrior 2. If I was almost offended, I'd put you in timeout again. Would I rather sign Matt Judon or Leonard Williams this offseason? Okay. For me, I'll go Judon because he's more of an edge than Leonard Williams. And I believe Dexter Lawrence can step into Leonard Williams' shoes. I know it's crazy to say right now, guys, but that I would say that. It actually takes a lot to offend me. Lamar Jackson back to pass. 1st and 10, looking, firing, and throwing, and that is going to be caught by Marquise Brown at the 42, it looks like. It's going to be 1st and 10. That was about an 18-yard pass to Marquise Brown on the left sideline. That was horrible coverage by Adoree Jackson. But Butcher Block and Patriots Talk did say that the Titans' secondary is pretty sorry, and I do agree. Marquise Brown with 80 yards on the day with 5 receptions. So Lamar Jackson keeps. He goes off the left side, and he's going to be good for about 2 or 3. It's going to be 2nd and 7. I won't. I'm a troll, but I want to see you win. Well, I appreciate it. 2nd and 9 here. Wow, they only gave him a yard on that play. I thought he dove out for about 3. So 13:50 left in the fourth. Score 17-13. Lamar Jackson 13 for 17, 129 yards, 90 rushing, and 1 rushing touchdown, 1 INT. Lamar Jackson back to pass, throwing, firing out to Marquise Brown. He's at the 50, 40, and decides to step out at the 37, it looks like. I think he might have come up lame on that play. I don't know if he injured an ankle or whatnot, but it looks like he could have had a chance to go all the way on that play. Let me know if you guys agree in the chat. So he's out at the 36, I'm going to say. So that's a huge gain, about another 18-yard gain from Brown. Oh, stop it, Warrior 2. That's not even a real question. Marquise Brown, 6 receptions for 100 yards. Edwards off the right side. He's going to be good for 2 or 3 there. It's going to be 2nd and 7. It looks like he's cramping. He's drinking some pickle juice right now. That's become popular on the sideline. Looks like a little bit of a cramp there. I'm going to say in his calf. 2nd and 7 here. Lamar Jackson. Wow, what formation is this? All right, so they have Richard going out to the right side. They pass Richard, and that's an incomplete pass. 3rd and 7. Good call there, Nick. Good call. So Brown's checking back in after he had some pickle juice on the sidelines. Because they're not drinking water. That's why I dehydrated. Lamar Jackson back to pass going deep down the sideline, and nobody's home. So 4th and 7 here. Ravens may attempt a long field goal. I mean, we all know that Justin Tucker's automatic, so I'm just going to put it up there. I'm just going to put it up there. Justin Tucker's automatic. Justin Tucker from the right hash, 52-yard attempt. Left hash, sorry. That is up. And he missed it. He missed it. That's what I get for updating early. He missed it. Wow. That's going to give the Titans excellent field position. Guys, I've got to step away for 2 seconds. I will be right back. I do apologize. Alrighty. OGR is back. He jinxed it. Oh man, that was good. Hey, Warrior, I don't mind being a jinxer. Don't forget, I'm rooting for the Titans. Don't forget, I am rooting for the Titans. This game's good. I don't care what anybody says, man. I'm enjoying this game. For me, this has been the best game all weekend. Yeah, I know a lot of people love quarterback play, and the quarterback play in other games has definitely been better, but I'll take it. I'm back for being. I'm back after being in your stream for an hour. Appreciate that. This game has been great. Exactly. Appreciate you guys joining me. People who've stayed. I know we all have lives, so everybody comes in and out. It's expected, but I do appreciate everybody stopping by. Yato says better second half. I don't know. I'm gonna say better first half. To be totally honest with you. Absolutely, the game's better today. Yesterday's snooze fest, except for Washington. I thought Washington was good. The game I called yesterday. So Titans here from their own 42. Derrick Henry in the backfield, heavy set. Derrick Henry off the right side and nothing doing. Back to the line, a scrimmage, if that. Mike Vrabel is pissed at Derrick Henry right now. I have no idea. He was in his ear. So, anyways, Evans checks in for the Titans. Tannehill, back to pass, looking, firing, throwing, caught by A.J. Brown, steps out of the tackle to the 50 and gets the first down. First down, Titans, all the way down to the Ravens 48. A.J. Brown has basically carried the Titans today, to be totally honest with you. Anytime they've needed a big play, they've turned to A.J. Brown. Waterfly, what's up? Welcome in. Do me a favor and spike that like if you could. So, Derrick Henry in the backfield, checks back in for Evans. Derrick Henry off the left side, running tough to the 40. And that's his probably best run of the second half, to be totally honest with you. So 8 yards there by Derrick Henry. Maybe that's what Vrabel wanted to do. Maybe that's what they need to do. Get Derrick Henry pissed on purpose. Appreciate that, guys. The 50 likes. Do appreciate it. So 2nd and 2 here. 10:25 left in the fourth. Tannehill audibling. Was under center, now motioning to shotgun. Tannehill back to pass, under pressure, throwing deep down the left-hand sideline. No one home there. Intended receiver, A.J. Brown. So 3rd and 2 here. Derrick Henry checks back out of the game. Titans have 0 rushing first downs on the day. 0. Everything's come through the passing game, believe it or not. Tannehill back to pass. They bring blitz. Oh my Lord. Juno Smith dropped it. He dropped it. He had the first down and he dropped it. He was the he was the safety valve on that play when they brought the blitz and he dropped the ball. I mean, hell of a hit by Elliott. A good form tackle, but still. So Kern's going to punt here. And that's going to be caught by Devin Doonerville at the 15, and that's where the Ravens are going to start their drive. Warrior, it's a drop, even if you get drilled. King Sean, I'm sorry to say, my friend, you're going to be disappointed. No, and it wasn't a good punt at that. Vrabel's putting a ton of trust in his defense, but that makes sense because obviously coming from a defensive coordinator background. Again, guys, appreciate you joining me. Spike that like if you have not. No, J Dimes, that was not Evan Ingram. That was a Juno Smith sighting. As my phone's going off in the background. Probably should silence it, but oh well. A bunch of stars. Here we go. Let's go. Let's get back to this game already. Enough of the commercials. It hurts so bad. Cowgirls overrated and the fans on roids. Eagles suck and the true fans should be embarrassed. Waterfly, not a lot of them are. That's the thing. Although I think they've kind of realized that they don't need Howie Roseman, or they should get rid of Howie Roseman, and they should get rid of Doug Peterson. They're beginning to get on that train, but Giants fans were already on that train after the first night. If the Eagles keep Doug Peterson and Howie Roseman, trust me, they're going to suck next year. They're finishing last in the division. Dollar Beer, what's going on? Anyone who streams PTA is a great streamer. Wow. Good to see you, Dollar Beer. Spike that like if you could, my man. Appreciate it. No, Jay Dimes, that was a good hit by Elliott. That was just a good play. But as a receiver, you get your hands on it, you got to catch it. So Lamar Jackson, split backfield. Hands off to J.K. Dobbins off the right side. He's in the 20, 25, and out at the 26, I want to say. So that's going to be another fresh set of downs here for the Ravens. The Eagles still have Super Bowl hangover. So 1st and 10 here for the Ravens. Quick pass out to Marquise Brown. And he's going to gain 9 on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 1 at the 39. Sorry, 36. 35. My Lord, I can't speak. Hell no, Clocks. That's an easy question. That is an easy question. So Lamar Jackson. Hands off. J.K. Dobbins. 1st down. Titans have to tighten up here because if they do not, they cannot afford a long, sustained drive with points from Baltimore. Not the way they've been playing on offense. AJ Nix, welcome back. AJ Nix says Justin Tucker choked a little bit. So 1st and 10 here at the 37 for the Ravens. 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers. Lamar Jackson fakes the handoff, looking, throwing, firing, caught by Thomas, and he's down to the Titans 46. No, they're going to give him forward progress to the 45. So Ravens cross midfield here. This is not looking good for the Titans. Noah Timmerman. What's going on, my man? He says, OGR, who should the Giants draft? I'd much rather have Pitts than Waddle. A lot of people are high on Pitts. Me, I'm not as high on Pitts. I think he's a clone of Evan Ingram. I don't want him. I'd rather have a wide receiver. I'm big on Rashad Bateman, but not a lot of people are. Lamar Jackson keeps it. 40, 35, spins down to the 31. And that's going to be a first down and some there by Lamar Jackson. Right. Titans got to figure out how to stop the Ravens here because they are moving and grooving. They are cooking some charcoal right now. So 6:45 left. Fourth quarter. 1st and 10 here. Lamar Jackson back to pass. Looking. Extends out the pocket. He's going to run out of bounds, and he's going to live to fight another day. It's going to be 2nd and 10. They give him a yard on that play. 2nd and 9. Nick DeWeck says we need a TD with a missed extra point. I don't think you're getting what you predicted there, Nick. Lamar Jackson today, 15 rushes, 104 yards, 6.9 yard average, 1 TD. Second career playoff game with 100-plus yards, both versus the Titans. 2nd and 10, no, they didn't give him a yard. A 2nd and 10 here from the 31, Titans 31. Lamar Jackson. Hands off to Gus Edwards. He's going to go up the gut for about 2 or 3. It's going to be 3rd and 7. 5:50 to go. Third down. Big third down here for the Titans. They need to stop the Ravens. 3rd and 6. Look out for Mark Andrews on this play or Marquise Brown. They've been the go-to receivers all day. 1 running back, 1 tight end, 3 wide receivers for the Ravens. Lamar Jackson keeps it, rolls out to the right, throws, caught by Willie Snead, and that's going to be 4th down. He did not get it. It's going to be about 2 yards short. Will the Ravens go for it? I could see Harbaugh doing it. It is 4th and short. Harbaugh is coming on the field. And it looks like the Ravens are going to go for it, or at the very least try and draw the Titans off sides. Titans need to stop the Ravens on 4th here. Ravens at the 23. They need 2 yards here. Lamar Jackson rolls out, throws, caught by J.K. Dobbins. He dives. Did he get it? And there's a flag on the play. There's a flag on the play. Waterfly, it's up to you, my man. Pass interference offense. So pass interference on Willie Snead on that play. Yeah, he definitely ran a pick play. He definitely got caught on it. So flag on the Ravens. So 4:23 left in the 4th. The big play, big penalty. Justin Tucker is going to set up for another field goal here. He missed from 52 earlier. It was wide right earlier. He's from the left hash now. 51-yard attempt. It is up and right down Broadway. What a giant type call. I agree. They should have just kicked the field goal in the first place instead of going for it on 4th and 2. You make a harder kick for your kicker for no reason. Sunday. Oh, I love the comment. Authentic tweeting that the referees have been god awful this weekend. So Baltimore leading 20-13. Obviously, it's time for the Titans to put up or shut up. They've got to drive down the field. They've got to score. It's as simple as that. Xfinity Mobile. Anybody actually have Xfinity Mobile? I don't plan on switching, but I've had AT&T since I was 16 years old. It was singular at the time when I got it. Jameson Taylor, welcome back. Let's go. Let's tighten up here. Titans need a huge drive. Can you say A.J. Brown? That's what the Titans need here. A.J. Brown. Jay Dime says Lamar wants this bad. Well, he's definitely picked up his play from the first half for sure. So Justin Tucker getting ready to kick off here. Wow. They take it out of the end zone for the Titans. 15 to the 20. Stutter steps down to the 21. Dumb play right there. You should have just let it bounce in the end zone. So 4:13 left here, guys. They're going back to commercial after the kickoff here. Titans will be taking over at their own 21. If the Saints win today, yes, they will play the Bucs, which should be an interesting game. I might even call that game next week too. We'll see. We'll see. Because right now, as it sits, I'm going to assume Pittsburgh wins. I'm going to say Pittsburgh wins tonight because of Cleveland's problems, not because I don't think Cleveland can win. They can. So I'm going to say it's going to be Pitt, and then the winner of this game is probably going to be taking on the Bills, which should also be an interesting game. But if the Bears win, they're going to play the Packers, yeah. This is going to be a good one. Brady Breeze, yep. And you know Tampa wants revenge from the last game for sure. Again, 14-13 left in the game, waiting for the Titans to have a big drive here. If they don't come any points, they've probably pretty much lost this one, guys, to be totally honest with you. We'll see it from what. Again, guys, thank you for joining me. It's been a blast having everybody here. It's been a blast. It's been a blast as usual. And this is actually, I think, my first fully solo stream. Even last night, even though it was my first solo stream, TSR ended up coming in and rating me last night, which was always fun. All right, so 4-13, 20-13, Ravens here. 1st and 10 for the Titans from their own 21. Derrick Henry in the backfield with Tannehill under center. Tannehill back to pass, throwing to Derrick Henry across the middle. He's going to be good for 6 or 7. Second and 4 here. Handoff to Derrick Henry. He goes right up the gut. He's dragging tacklers down. And he's going to be short of the marker. It's going to be about 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2 here, depending on forward progress. Chopper Liver says, who is this guy talking? OGR Sports. 3rd and 1 here for the Titans. Tannehill under center. Oh, Tannehill on a shotgun. Never mind. Handoff Derrick Henry. He plows ahead. And did he get it? I'm going to say no. It's going to be 4th and 1. Titans have no choice but to go for it here. If they pump the ball away, this is stupid. So 2:52 left. 4th quarter. 2:48. Sneak here by Tannehill, and it looks like he got the 1st down. So 1st and 10 here for Tannehill. Throw caught by Khalif Raymond on the sideline. And unless they take a timeout here, it's going to bring up a 2-minute warning. Hello, Chopped Liver. What's going on? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Spike that like if you could. Appreciate it. EDP just came out with a video talking about Buffalo Wild Wings, apparently. Nikki, what's going on? No, Nikki, I will not be calling any other games today. This will be the only game I'm calling. I have my kids today, so I'm basically staying away for about 3 hours here. About all I'm willing to do. I got to play with little guys. Frankie C., I appreciate that. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Nikki, always a great supporter. Do appreciate it. Yes, Warrior 2. We all know. And now sit down for 5 minutes, Warrior 2. Appreciate it. And then again, thank you again, Frankie C. I try my best. I am not quick with the lingo like the others, I guess. Jay Money says the Titans will score here. Well, if they did, it's probably going to go into overtime unless they go for 2. Again, guys, spike that like if you haven't. Do appreciate it. Oh, boy. No, chop liver way. Jameson has to be really young to be my son. Oh, that'd be funny though. Anyways, 2nd and 5 here for the Titans. Tannehill drops back, throwing across the middle. It's picked off by Peters. 45, 50, 49, down at the 46, possibly the 45. And that might have sealed the game here. Bad throw by Tannehill, and the Ravens may have taken this game. So apparently the intended receiver is Khalif Raymond on this play, and he had fallen down at the top of his route. Yep, Khalif Raymond fell down right at the top of his route, and Peters is able to pick it off. Game's not over yet. Game's not over yet. I thought the Ravens might win, but I was rooting for the Titans. So that's me. Taunting by the Ravens, so they're going to bring that back as they were stomping on the Titans logo. And another commercial. My Lord. Oh, sorry to use no Lord's name in vain there, guys. Game is definitely not over, but it is not looking good for the Titans. They have all 3 timeouts, if I'm not mistaken. So they're going to have to stop the Ravens. If Ravens pick up 1 first down, it's pretty much over. But that was done by the Ravens to taunt in the middle of the field, start stomping up the logo by the Titans. Again, guys, appreciate you piling in here. Spike that like if you have not. Imagine GJ with an offense like the Browns. Well, at least the weapons. Chicago Bears and New Orleans are coming on Nickelodeon. Therapy cow. That's a good commercial. I'm going to change my profile picture. Be right back. Okay, King Sean. Big Blue in the Bronx, what's going on? Little kid's about to be scared of the Bears defense. Okay, we'll see. All right, let's get back to this game already, NFL. Ball on their own 38 here. They could have been on the Titans 36 if it wasn't for the taunting play. Or Titans 46, sorry. Lamar Jackson fakes the handoff, throws, firing, and that's dropped by Marquise Brown. And why are the Ravens? That's just dumb by the Ravens. Why not run the football there? Even if it is with Lamar Jackson. That was just stupid. Is the Baltimore Ravens the new measuring stick for teams? I don't know. Baltimore, to me, hasn't been consistent enough all season to be a measuring stick. But they are a solid team when they have everything clicking, though. So 2nd and 10 here. 1:45 to go. Gus Edwards and Pritchard in the backfield with Lamar. Lamar keeps to the 40, to the 40, 45, 40, 30, and he slides down inbounds at the Titans 30. And that's possibly sealed the game here. But Titans have not used the timeout until now. But they are in field goal territory. What a hell of a run by Lamar Jackson. GG is possible. And Tannehill just hands on his head, couldn't believe it. So 1st and 10 here. Titans burn their first timeout. I agree with that one. I completely agree with that. I do want the offense to cater to DJ like it has for Lamar, for sure. Play to the strengths of your team, for sure. Why? Because I know you want to joke around, but some of the stuff you say, Warrior, is just completely ridiculous, to be totally honest with you. Lamar Jackson for shotgun. Hands off to Gus Edwards. He's going to cut up the gut, and he's going to good for about 5 or 6 on that play. Yes, and everybody knows who EDP is. I guarantee everybody in this chat knows who EDP is. There's no point in pointing it out. Well, if you don't like it, too bad. Anyways, 2nd and 5 here. A minute 32 left. Titans burn their second timeout. Hand off to Gus Edwards. He cuts up the gut, and he's fighting. Does not get to the first down marker, but he's about a yard shy. Titans are going to burn probably their last time out here. If they do not stop the Ravens here on 3rd down, this game is over, and possibly 4th, to be totally honest with you. Looks like Ravens are going to win this one. And we could have a hell of a matchup next week. Ravens, Chiefs, and Steelers, and whatchamacallit, the Bills, if the Steelers win tonight. So 3rd and 1. A minute 25 left. If the Ravens do pick up the first down, this game is over, guys. 2 running backs, 1 tight end, 1 wide receiver for the Ravens. Gus Edwards, he's got the first down and more. Game is over. Titans cannot stop the clock now. And the Ravens are going to advance and either play KC or the Bills next week, guys. Do appreciate you guys stopping by. It has been a hell of a game. Ravens win 20-13. And my question is, what you gonna do when OGR runs wild on you? Thanks for joining me, guys. Peace out.